So 9.2.5 is out now. It's been out for a little while. And with it, they massively reduced the cost to level your legendaries to the max rank. So the question is it worth it now? If you haven't already done it, let's consider that. So here we have it, the changes. For Shadowcast, for rank 1 legendary, you're now going to get 25 experience per craft. You need 75 to level up to the first level. They increased the experience you get per item by 400%. So instead of crafting 15 legendaries per rank up, you now just need to craft 3. Obviously, that's just a massive decrease in cost. I calculated the material costs on my realm, and that's going to take the cost to level one of the high stats recipes, like a helmet. It's going to go from 150,000 to level this one to rank 4 to down to 30,000. So yeah, that's an 80% reduction in cost. So it's now way cheaper. Way more people can potentially do this. And then obviously the question that follows is, should you level these? Well, you have to consider a couple of things. Number one, like how long are legendaries going to be a thing? For as long as Shadowlands exists, as long as people are playing the expansion, they're going to want to have legendaries on their characters, and they're going to want to have rank 7 legendaries. Then at some point people are going to stop playing Shadowlands, but that's probably not going to be until the pre-patch. Anyone who's still playing will want legendaries, and anyone who's still playing will probably going to test out an altar at some point, or an off-spec or whatever. So they're going to keep buying legendaries, but obviously at lower prices. They're already super low on most of my realms, with rank 7s in the 20 to 30,000 gold range, and even below that. Season 4 is also on the horizon at some point, and it might bring a reinvigoration of demand, but we don't really know that yet. We don't have the details about how legendaries are going to work in Season 4, but we could see some players focusing on their mains again and see some demand for legendaries there, that it might be worth it. But what you can do very easily, or not super easily, it's going to take a little bit of work. You can roughly figure out how much profit there is in selling a rank 7 right now. Then you can compare that to the cost of leveling your recipes. So what I'd suggest is getting Mantheus's cheat sheet for Shadowlands. This one is fantastic. He has pretty much everything you need to figure out. You can crank in here your material prices for everything, and then it'll tell you how much gold you need to max out a legendary. You obviously need to change these to 3 right now, and you can also calculate the cost of a vestige. So what you do then is you compare the cost of a single rank 4 plus the cost of a vestige, and then you go check your auction house for that recipe. How much is that currently selling for on your auction house? And then you just compare. And I'd want about preferably less than 10. And by that I mean you'd need to sell less than 10 rank 7 legendaries before you make back the gold you made leveling your legendary. So if it's going to cost you 30,000 gold to level that legendary, you're looking for at least 3,000 gold in profit per legendary. So then after you've sold your 10th item, you've now made back the gold you spent leveling your recipe. The higher this number is, the better. On Sylvanas, this realm, some of my legendaries are selling for as much as 15,000 gold profit. I would very easily justify even spending 40, 50, 60,000 gold to level that recipe. And then some on my main realm, Draenor, prices are absolutely abysmally low, barely cracking 1,000 gold profit for some slots. And if you're on a super high pop realm, it's probably not worth it at all. There's a lot of recipes that are just not profitable unless you're botting on my realm. So there's that. Is this going to be worth it? Well, I don't have a crystal ball. I don't know the future, and Season 4, whatever is going to happen there is going to have a huge effect. If it is looking profitable right now on your realm, and you're looking at somewhere between 4 to 6 legendary rank 7 sales before you make back your gold, then I definitely think it is worth it. If you're looking at significantly more than that, then I think you should be a little bit cautious. It might still be worth it, but at that point you definitely have to be mentally prepared that you're going to lose some gold. So that's pretty much it. What do you think? Have you leveled legendaries recently? Have you noticed a shift in the market? I don't really pay it close enough attention to my sales to know, but there's definitely lower profit margins on some of my rounds, which is what we expect when it's now much easier to get into the market than it was before. That's going to drive down profits, but I expect that legendaries are still going to be profitable to sell on most realms for the rest of the expansion. That's typically been the case for max rank gear. I don't really see why it would be different in Shadowlands. Either way, good luck in 9.2.5.